Hello students, welcome to the lecture series on semiconductors. Semiconductors is a topic which is a part of the extra syllabus for JEE mains examination. It is not a part of the advanced syllabus. This topic is very important because almost every paper in the previous JEE mains, there is some question from this topic. That's why the students need to focus on this topic. Okay. And the best reference book for this topic of semiconductors is NCERT textbook. Of course, there were some instances where the questions were given outside the NCERT textbook, but students don't need to worry. We will cover those outside topics also in our lecture series and also our assignments. Not just that, the good thing is in the recent examinations, that is 2021 or 20, we don't see that the examiners are going outside the NCERT textbook. So you can follow NCERT textbook and definitely you will do well in this particular topic. Semiconductors is a very lively subject because, as you know, we are in the computer era. It's actually we are in the semiconductor era because semiconductors enabled us to really manufacture computers or mobile phones, etc. And therefore, we can say, the discovery of these materials, these exotic materials called semiconductors, is really a very important event in human history. Now, because it's a lively subject and it's a vast subject, you will find a lot of material on the internet, on semiconductors, and which is quite complex. I advise students not to really worry about what all is there on the internet, because that will be too vast and you will unnecessarily waste your time. Focus on what is given in the NCERT textbook and practice well, practice questions well, then you will be definitely through this topic. Now, in this topic, let me introduce you what are the topics within this chapter. Okay, so how is the flow? How are we going to discuss this chapter? At first, as an introduction, we will study how semiconductors are different from metals and non-metals. And then within the semiconductors, what are some classifications? That's what we are going to study in the next topic, that is types of semiconductors. Thereafter, a very important application of semiconductors and their behavior is that we can make a PN junction within a semiconductor block, and that enables us to control flow of current. And that's why PN junction is a very important topic. And the semiconductor block with one PN junction is called a diode. And these diodes have wide variety of applications in the industry. So we will study their application as rectifiers, that is to convert AC to DC, AC current to DC current, or AC voltage to DC voltage. And that we do in the topic of rectifiers. Thereafter, we study the application of diodes in various areas in a topic called special purpose PN junction diodes. And with that, we will close the topic of PN junction diodes and all. Now we go to the topic of junction transistor. So while a PN diode has one PN junction in it, transistors have two PN junctions in it. Okay, that's the major difference between diode and a transistor. Transistor has two PN junctions, and that makes the whole thing a lot complex, but a lot useful as well. Okay, so we study about the junction transistors, and then transistor applications is the next topic. So we study about the diode applications. Whatever we can do with diode can be done with transistor also. So by comparison, we study this topic of transistor applications. And thereafter, a very special application of transistor as a feedback amplifier. So that is another topic. And honestly, almost no question is given from this topic, and it is very complex. So we restrict ourselves to what is given in the NCERT textbook and browse through the topic, okay, in a simple manner, okay, so that you don't get confused. And lastly, a very easy but very important topic, that is logic gates. So we study logic gates, so fairly easy topic, but it's a scoring topic because quite many questions do come from these logic gates topic. So basically, we have split this chapter into 9 topics, and we will slowly, steadily learn this chapter of semiconductors. Okay. So let's meet in the next lecture.